Before the fame, before the millions, before he was Lil Wayne, a global icon, he was Dwayne Michael Carter Jr., a kid with big dreams growing up in the heart of Hollygrove, New Orleans. Hollygrove was a crucible, a place where poverty, danger, and constant struggle were an everyday reality. It demanded resilience just to survive. Young Dwayne, amidst all this, was a bright spark, a straight-A student, excelling in his studies. But even with academic success, the allure of the streets, with all its temptations and troubles, was always calling, always present. He yearned for more than just survival within those confines. He wanted a real escape, a way out, a chance to break free. Music became his lifeline, his sanctuary, his therapy, his most powerful voice. It was the only way he knew how to express himself. By the tender age of 8, he was already rapping, finding solace and purpose in rhythm and rhyme. He was constantly filling notebooks with lyrics, pouring his heart and soul onto the page. This wasn't just a childhood hobby or a fleeting interest. It was a profound calling, a destiny unfolding before his very eyes. At the incredibly young age of 12, he survived a self-inflicted gunshot wound, a moment that would forever alter the course of his life. He was saved by an off-duty police officer, a man he affectionately called Uncle Bob, a figure of unexpected salvation. That near-death experience, that brush with mortality, profoundly changed him, shaping his perspective and artistic vision. It imbued his music with a newfound urgency, a raw honesty, and an unparalleled depth of emotion. He rapped with the conviction of someone who truly understood that life was fragile, precious, and not to be taken for granted. Don't just picture the tattoos, the fame, and the platinum records that would later define his success. Instead, imagine the young kid with a tattered notebook, overflowing with dreams, aspirations, and the burning desire to create. He was undoubtedly shaped by the struggles he faced, but he absolutely refused to be defined as a victim of his circumstances. Wayne was a survivor, a compelling storyteller, and a musical genius undeniably in the making, destined for greatness. The unique blend of pain and beauty that permeates New Orleans irrevocably forged him into the artist he would become. He was the resilient seed, planted in concrete, about to grow into one of hip-hop's biggest and most influential trees. Every carefully crafted rhyme, every meticulously produced beat, was a deliberate step away from the harsh realities of the streets and a bold stride toward achieving unparalleled greatness. His remarkable story isn't just about the music itself, it's a powerful testament to the transformative power of art and self-belief. From the apparent chaos of Hollygrove, he meticulously built his own destiny, brick by brick, note by note. The entire world would soon come to know and recognize his name, chanting it in unison. But it all began humbly in those unforgiving and dangerous streets of New Orleans. Lil Wayne's extraordinary journey began with immense hardship and adversity, but with unwavering determination, he masterfully turned his pain into poignant poetry, transforming suffering into art. He was far more than just a product of his challenging environment. He rose above it, becoming its greatest and most celebrated export. And it all started with a simple dream and an infectious beat echoing through the vibrant streets of New Orleans. Cash Money Records began with two brothers, Birdman and Slim, hustlers from the Magnolia Projects. They saw the potential in New Orleans' bounce scene and built a label from scratch. Early Cash Money was raw, independent, and unapologetically New Orleans. They pressed up CDs, sold them from car trunks, and plastered posters everywhere. Their artists, UNLV, Pimp Daddy, Miss T, were local legends. Birdman and Slim weren't just executives, they were tastemakers. They built a brand on authenticity and street credibility. Cash Money was a regional powerhouse, but they needed a superstar to break out nationally. The label was ready for takeoff. They just needed the right pilot. Enter Lil Wayne, the spark they'd been waiting for. The stage was set for something big. Cash Money's grind and vision created the perfect environment for a young prodigy. They weren't waiting for a major label. They built their own empire. The name Cash Money wasn't just a label, it was a mission. The city's sound was about to go global. All they needed was a once-in-a-generation talent, and that talent was about to walk through their door. Lil Wayne's entry into Cash Money isn't just a footnote, it's hip-hop legend, a pivotal moment etched in rap history. It's a story of raw talent meeting opportunity, a collision that would reshape the landscape of the genre. At 11, he didn't wait for an invite. Most kids his age were on the playground, but Wayne was already chasing his dream with unwavering focus. He took initiative, found the Cash Money office, a place buzzing with the energy of a burgeoning empire. and left freestyles on Birdman's answering machine. These weren't just any recordings, they were a declaration of intent. That kind of confidence is rare, especially in a kid barely out of elementary school. It spoke volumes about his self-belief and the burning desire within him. Birdman, a seasoned ear in the industry, was intrigued by Wayne's persistence and undeniable talent. He recognized the spark, the potential that needed to be nurtured. Wayne finally met Birdman at a record store, a place where the pulse of hip-hop vibrated through the vinyl. He didn't waste the opportunity, rapping for him on the spot, showcasing his lyrical prowess and raw energy. Birdman saw not just talent but hunger, an unyielding drive and heart, a genuine passion for the craft. He saw the makings of something special. He took Wayne under his wing, recognizing the need for guidance and direction, becoming a mentor and father figure, shaping not just his career, but his life. It started as an apprenticeship, a hands-on education in the school of hard knocks. Birdman picked Wayne up from school, a stark contrast to the usual after-school routine, brought him to the studio, the epicenter of Cash Money's creativity, and let him soak up the game, immersing him in the world of music. Wayne learned how to structure songs, crafting narratives that resonated, ride a beat, finding the pocket and making it his own, and command a mic, projecting his voice with authority and charisma. He watched the label's inner workings, observing the deals, the strategies, the relationships, absorbing everything like a sponge. This was his education in music and business, a crash course in the realities of the industry. Birdman wasn't just signing a rapper, he was investing in the future. He was grooming a successor, someone who could carry the torch and continue the Cash Money legacy. Wayne became a sponge, soaking up knowledge, learning from the best in the game, and honing his skills. The mentorship was about more than music. It was about life. It was about survival in a cutthroat industry and building a lasting legacy that would resonate for generations. Wayne's relentless drive matched Birdman's ambitious vision, creating a synergy that propelled them forward. Together, they were building something bigger than either could do alone, a musical empire that would redefine the sound of a generation. The diamond in the rough was being polished, revealing its brilliance with each passing day. And Lil Wayne was ready to shine, ready to take the world by storm. The official signing wasn't easy. Wayne's mother was hesitant, wanting him to focus on school. After Wayne's shooting, Birdman stepped up, promising to protect him like family. That commitment convinced her to let Wayne sign with Cash Money at just 12. Wayne started as one half of the B.G. dropping a local hit album, but the real breakthrough was the Hot Boys Juvenile, BG, Turk, and the youngest Lil Wayne. The Hot Boys became Southern hip-hop icons, each bringing a unique style. Wayne, as the youngest, had to prove himself among older rappers. He studied his groupmates, molding their strengths into his own style. This was his training ground. He learned, adapted, and outworked everyone. The group's success set the stage for Wayne's solo rise. He wasn't just a member, he was a student of the game. Every session was a lesson in survival and artistry. The Hot Boys' chemistry was electric, but Wayne's hunger stood out. He was preparing for something bigger. The foundation for a superstar was set. After the Hot Boys' meteoric rise and collective success, the individual members began to feel the pull towards exploring their own artistic identities. It was time for solo careers, a chance for each artist to shine in their own light. Juvenile and BG certainly had their moments, carving out their own niches within the hip-hop landscape. They proved their individual talents, solidifying their places in the Cash Money roster. But now the spotlight was undeniably shifting, and it was Wayne's turn to take center stage and show the world what he was truly capable of. At just 17 years old, he dropped Thaw Block Is Hot, an album that would quickly become a defining moment in his young career. It went platinum almost immediately, a testament to his raw talent and the anticipation surrounding his solo debut. The album's success was a clear indication of the star power Wayne possessed, but soon after, a storm began to brew within Cash Money, and the label's once solid roster began to fall apart, with artists pursuing different paths and opportunities. This left only Birdman and Wayne standing as the remaining pillars of the iconic label. Many in the industry and beyond speculated that the label was finished, that the departure of key artists signaled the end of Cash Money's reign. But Wayne, with unwavering determination, stepped up to the challenge, embracing his role as the flagship artist and the future of Cash Money Records. He released 500 Degrees, showcasing his evolving sound and solidifying his commitment to the label. Then, he fearlessly launched the Thaw Carter series, a collection of albums that would redefine his career and cement his legacy. Tha Carter marked a significant leap in artistry, a turning point where Wayne truly began to find his unique voice and style. The lyrics became sharper and more intricate, the concepts more mature and thought-provoking, and his delivery oozed with a newfound confidence and swagger. Wayne was no longer just a hot boy riding the wave of early success, he was transforming into something much greater. He was boldly claiming his place as not just a rapper, but as the best rapper alive, a title he was determined to earn and defend. Tha Carter and Tha Carter II further solidified his status as a top-tier lyricist, showcasing his lyrical prowess and storytelling abilities. Hits like Go DJ became anthems, further propelling him into the mainstream spotlight. And Fireman showcased his growth as an artist, demonstrating his ability to craft catchy hooks and deliver memorable verses. But beyond the radio hits, the album cuts revealed the true depth of his evolution, showcasing his willingness to experiment and push boundaries. He fearlessly experimented with flow, pushing the limits of his vocal delivery, exploring new sonic textures and delving into a wider range of subject matter. In essence, Wayne was single-handedly rebuilding Cash Money brick by brick, solidifying its foundation for a new era. He carried the weight of the label on his back, shouldering the responsibility of its future and proving his unwavering loyalty. He was proving all the doubters wrong, silencing the critics who had written off Cash Money as a relic of the past. His relentless work ethic combined with his boundless creativity set him apart from his peers and established him as a force to be reckoned with. This solo run transformed him from a child prodigy into a full-fledged superstar, a global icon whose influence transcended the boundaries of hip-hop. He wasn't just surviving the challenges and changes within the industry, he was dominating the game, setting new standards for lyrical innovation and artistic expression. The world was finally paying attention, recognizing the undeniable talent and unwavering dedication of Lil Wayne. Then came the mixtape era. Wayne at his most prolific. From 2005 to 2008, he hijacked the industry, rapping over everyone's beats and making them his own. Mixtapes like Dodge Route 3 and No Ceilings became classics. He gave away music for free that was better than most albums. The streets and internet buzzed with every new track. Wayne's hunger and creativity were unmatched. He made lyrical wizardry cool again, bending words and flows in new ways. All this momentum led to Tha Carter III in 2008. The hype was massive, and the album delivered. It sold over 1 million copies in its first week, a rare feat in the digital age. Tha Carter III had pop hits, street anthems, and introspective tracks. It cemented Wayne's legacy and won him a Grammy. He became the biggest music star on the planet. From freestyling on answering machines to king of hip-hop, he'd completed the journey. Cash Money reached the mountaintop with him. It was the ultimate validation of talent and hustle. Wayne had changed the game. At his peak, Lil Wayne's influence was everywhere. A new generation of rappers copied his flow, voice, and style. He became the blueprint. Drake, Nicki Minaj, and Tyga were his direct protégés. Wayne blurred genre lines, making rap rockstar cool. He inspired artists to be weird, to break the mold. Modern rap's melodic flows and punchlines trace back to him. His work ethic, flooding the market with music, became standard. Wayne taught a generation that quantity and quality could coexist. He was a workhorse who inspired countless imitators. Every dynasty faces turmoil, and Wayne's relationship with Birdman was no exception. Years of loyalty gave way to business disputes over Tha Carter V. Wayne accused Birdman of holding his album hostage and not paying him. The fallout was public and painful, a bitter legal battle that broke the family dynamic. Fans watched as one of hip-hop's strongest partnerships dissolved. Eventually, the legal issues were settled, and Wayne released Tha Carter V under his own label. The business partnership ended, but personal reconciliation followed. The Cash Money dynasty was forever changed. Their story is a reminder that business and brotherhood don't always mix, but their legacy remains essential to understanding modern music. The partnership between Lil Wayne and Cash Money changed music history. Cash Money gave Wayne the platform. Wayne brought the talent and vision. Together they turned a New Orleans sound into a global phenomenon. Wayne rebuilt the label in his image, making it a billion-dollar empire. Their legacy is one of transformation, of hip-hop sound, business, and culture. Wayne's journey from Hollygrove to icon is inseparable from Cash Money's rise. Their story is about survival, innovation, and leaving a permanent mark on pop culture. It all started in the streets and changed the world.